you guys doing? This is very important in reference to the history of companies and dirty government or bad people trying to hijack the companies that I'm the owner of. You know, these people it's just like the Richie Rich movie. There's like executives that conspired against me. Watch the Richie Rich movie, you know? And, you know, the satellite man lasering the face is like Mount Richmore, you know, them trying to mutilate the face and teeth and their games, attempted murder every time. Historic violations, too, of documents of my identity and family history. But, you know, in reference to these people hijacking the companies, are they them trying to steal my identity, or these people trying to steal companies from within the companies, is inside fraud. You know, these people trying to steal the companies that I'm the owner of. People trying to steal the mansions. People trying to steal, you know, my mother and father's properties are not timeshare properties. They're not properties of the corporations. They're personal residences. You understand that, right? And my mother and father owned the corporations too. My mother's estate is separate from my father's estates. But both estates are blocking me. And I'm the most documented person in American history. I'm the only child of my mother and father. So, you know, who you think, which people would be that stupid to try that shit? Well, obviously, somebody in government's been doing it a long time. This camera, I don't know. It's like looking straight ahead. It looks like it's. Anyways, the camera's kind of straight. But, you know, in reference to these people that got into the companies when my parents had gotten murdered, these people tried to cover up who I am. They tried to cover up my identity. And these people tried to fire people at the companies, and they tried to bring in their own people that would conspire with them as they were blocking me and holding me hostage from my mother and father's corporations, of which I'm the owner of. I even ran the companies when I was a little boy with my parents, you know. They even have the time and date when my parents gave me everything. But, you know, my parents acknowledged the information from the day when I was born, or when I was about to be born, or when my mother was pregnant with me, being the baby of my mother and father, when I was about to be born, that, you know, my parents was giving birth to me for me to be the owner. But, you know, these people illegally fired people of the companies as they had tried to blame my parents, or they were well, not blaming my parents, but these people was, you know, the government accused certain people that weren't involved in the deaths of my parents. And then the government replaced those people with their government agents, and their government agents have been trying to steal the companies all these years. You know that, right? They tried to replace people that was on my side, which I'm the rightful owner, so anybody that's against me has to get fired, no matter what. Because I'm the rightful owner, I'm the rightful child and only child of my parents. So, you know, when these people are conspiring against me, I don't need that shit. I don't need people conspiring against me. I don't need them working at the companies. That's endangerment for them to work at the companies anyways. And, you know, someone will say, well, their career. Well, my ownership is my ownership. You can go find your career somewhere else. That's what you need to understand. And don't forget, I'm a real royal. And I'm the royal that owns my mother and father's companies. I'm the only owner forever. So, you know, these people say, well, their career, they didn't think you could throw them out of their career. Well, if you're conspiring against my ownership, that pretty much is something that overrules anything else, because I'm the rightful owner. And then these people have tried to say that they were blocking me from the companies because they were trying to protect themselves on my mother and father's company properties, and they were blocking me and accusing me of being the problem, or trying to cause or trying to accusate that they thought they'd be endangered at the companies if I was at the companies when I'm the rightful owner. That's some 50-50 hindsight scam that these people was running. Like, for instance, they say, oh, they didn't want you to be at your mansions because then people would know who you are. There's nothing bad about me. You people damaged my teeth. You people damaged my face. I didn't do that. My mother and father never damaged any parts of my face or teeth or body or anatomy or anything. Basic information. But you know, these government people blocking me from my mother and father's companies and properties and mansions because they were trying to make up, and then somebody trying to make up this other thing, like somebody saying, oh, well, they thought your parents being historic figures, they were trying to turn my mother and father's museum, our houses into all a bunch of museums when I'm supposed to live at the mansions. So they claim that they thought they'd make up shit slandering my character when there's things in my mother and father's mansions that are mine because I own the properties of my mother and father's mansions. But you understand that somebody tried to say that they claimed that somebody was trying to claim that they were like the historic society, and I'm the only child of my parents, and these people were blocking me from my mother and father's mansions when I'm supposed to live at the mansions. Do you understand that? These people tried to make up all kinds of stupid shit. Make sure you get it all on record what they said. I'm the owner of the deeds. I'm the owner of the properties under my birth name and my parents' names. You guys understand that? And this satellite man, they're government people damaged my teeth. I've never damaged my teeth, not even one time in my entire life. Never. I've had the same dentist for over 40 plus years. But do you understand the fraud? And then somebody will say, well, this other celebrity didn't like you in Hollywood, so they wanted you to leave Hollywood. My father owned like what, 3 million plus acres? Or is it 7 million acres in California? You're blocking me from my acres. You're blocking me from my mansions. So in reference to whoever this person is, we need to see their financial portfolio of what they own in any city and state where they tried to steal my property and land like they thought they were the boss on the inside of the property lines of my mother and father's mansions and properties. No, that's not how it works. The Deeds Department needs to prosecute those people. So we need to see the record of how many times the Deeds Department has prosecuted any of these people and sued them for their crimes and their activity of trying to steal my popularity by damaging my face and teeth, them slandering my character. There are people blocking me from my mother and father's mansions of which they kidnapped me from. Let's see who they think they are. Make sure they get their names on YouTube or something. Get it on a video. I want to hear what they got to say and find out what race and religion they are. And don't forget. Satellite man. Don't forget, my father built Beverly Hills and Bel Air. My grandfather too. Don't forget it. Roll protocol, my identity's in the media 24 hours a day. Any damage or any markings on my body can get people thrown in prison for the rest of their lives. Don't forget it, government man. Any damage at all. The Roll protocol doesn't have no teeth damage in it, now does it?